He's Joe Manganiello here on the show. What do you think of that introduction, Joe?
Hi, Rich. I'll take it. Thanks, man.
I think that's accurate. So I know you're a big Penguins fan, but this has got to be like hog heaven for you, Joseph.
Sure. Yeah. Well, especially because they won. I mean, I could be doing a show with a bunch of jokes where I just make a sad face all night long, but. So thank God for me, they won. But yeah, no, it's huge. I'm a huge hockey fan and huge Penguins fan, and been very vocal in my fandom over the past couple of years. And so when the NHL reached out and asked me to host, I mean, come on, that's a no-brainer. That's amazing.
How does Crosby compare size-wise to you?
Crosby, he is. I've got size on him, but I'm more like a Lindros type of hockey-sized player.
Okay.
But man, Sid, I mean, if you watch the series or any of the playoffs, I mean, that guy moves like nobody else on the ice. He's such an unbelievable player.
And when it all comes down to it this week, Joe, I mean, who's coming outside of the current players that you've heard of that you're excited to be
Well, there's a lot of greats. Mario will be there. Wayne Gretzky, I believe. I think Mark Messier is going to be there. Sid will be there because he won the goals competition, and obviously he's a current player. But they're celebrating 100 years of the 100 great NHL players of all time. So there's going to be a whole smattering of greats there.
Where does Mario rank for Pittsburgh all-time athletes, Joe? Rank
all time, and I know we've had this conversation before. I rank. I mean, we've had some great Steelers, great Pirates. Obviously, there's Clemente, there's Stargell, and all of the Steel Curtain Steelers, and even a lot of the Currents, and Troy Polamalu, who's my favorite Steeler of all time. But when you talk about what Mario Lemieux has done for not only the franchise that he played for, but then transitioning to become an owner, he was owed $30 million by the team. He turned that into a percentage of the team and then wound up keeping them from moving. I mean, what other sports team out there, greatest player of all time, then became the owner of and saved the team from moving and then went on to win more cups, or championships? It's unheard of.
There isn't a story like that.
No.
I mean, in any town.
No.
For anybody. I mean, you could sit here and wonder about teams that have been saved by private dollars or teams that eventually were run. I mean, Elway runs the Broncos, but the Broncos were not in danger of leaving town, and he doesn't own the Broncos.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, there's no story like that. And then the fact that he survived cancer on top of
Sure. Well,
he
he survived cancer, and then the day of his final cancer treatment, chartered a jet, took a nap, and then got on that plane and flew to Philadelphia and had a goal and an assist that evening. It's just unheard of. He's such an incredible guy. He's such a charitable and wonderful guy. I met him the first time. I hosted the Pittsburgh Children's Hospital 125th anniversary gala. I serve on the board for the Children's Hospital, as does he, and that's where I met him the first time. And he's just an incredible philanthropist and a real man about town. He loves Pittsburgh, and we've adopted him. And in my opinion, there is no greater Pittsburgh sports icon than Mario Lemieux. There's no one that's done more for the city.
Joe Manganiello, actor, big-time Penguin fan, and host of the NHL Awards that's coming up later on this week on NBCSN, June 21st at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas, joining us from Vegas right now. How in the world is the expansion draft working into this? Are you the host of that, too? Are you announcing the picks a la Bettman, Goodell, that sort of thing? What are you doing here, Joe?
It's going to be blended in. So there will be an integration to it, but it is exciting in a way that you want to see who winds up getting selected and who your team is losing. They can only protect so many people. So the Golden Knights are going to be picking up a lot of those players. So it's going to be a great night of all the greats welcoming in the newest crop.
So if, let's just say, you are announcing a Golden Knight pick, and it's a Penguin you don't want to lose, Will you switch it up a la Moonlight and La La Land and just announce whoever the hell you want, Joe? Will that happen? Is that a possibility for Thursday?
Yeah. There's a huge possibility of whoever I don't like on the opposing team, so I'm going to give those guys away.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Perfect.
No, but in all seriousness, though, like, are you giving away like the Lady Bing and I don't know if you've seen the run of show yet. Vezina Trophy. You're going to give away the Calder. And then there's another pick for the Golden. It's the way it works in for the.
It's going to be split up. I think it's split up into sections as far as how the teams landed or how they placed in the end, and then we'll read off the blocks of who the Golden Knights have selected from each one of those teams.
Okay, and is there a Billy Crystal like music number that you're opening up the show with on Thursday,
God.
Joe? What do you got? What do you got for
I'm
me?
trying to distance myself from the whole Magic Mike thing, and seeing as how Magic Mike Live just opened.
They're in Vegas, right?
Yeah, maybe we'll do some spoken word, but I don't know about the singing and dancing.
Okay, so there'll be a spoken word type monologue or something like that. That'll
I'm going to
open up.
whisper it in Alec Baldwin's voice.
Come on now, you can't get Channing Tatum out there, right? on Thursday, on Wednesday night, right? You and him. Soderbergh can whip something up in 2 seconds flat, and that's the way we open up the NHL awards show.
Soderbergh likes to leave those lights on the truck, so I don't know. I'm not sure. He likes to film with natural lighting. So
okay.
Yeah, but look, all I can say is there's going to be big surprises.
Okay.
So tune in.
And since we're in Vegas, set the over under on number of catfish jokes. In this event.
Well, listen, I've already pre-recorded some, so there's definitely going to be catfish jokes. Are you kidding?
All right, Joe. Say hi to everybody for me, and we'll chat soon. Come in Los Angeles. Let's hang out soon.
Will do. Thanks, Rich.
Always. You got it. That's Joe Manganiello.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that video, be sure to download our app. Don't have any memory on your phone? Let's start to delete some of those slow-mo videos you have. And you know which ones I'm talking about.